Magic the Gathering exists in a wild space, arguably the world's largest TCG and inarguably the world's most played trading card game. This space is a ton of fun, but it's safe to say it's had its ups and downs, and while some of these downs have been very, very low lows, some of the highs have been a lot of fun, and having been around the game for the better part of 2 decades, I have made the conscious decision to continue to collect modern Magic the Gathering, yes, new Magic the Gathering sets. And no, I don't mean like recently, as of today. I have been doing this my whole life, and it has been a ton of fun in a way I have got a lot of fulfillment out of the game. So today, I want to outline some of the guidelines I use when it comes to collecting new Magic the Gathering cards, tell you how I'm applying them, and let you decide, are some of these methods for you, or am I just wasting tens of thousands of dollars? Oh, I hope it's not the latter. Now, talking about collecting any trading card game, or collecting anything for that matter, is going to spark a large amount of passion in people. So before you just sprint to the comment section and say someone's collection is stupid or this is dumb and this is why, let's remember, collecting is all about the love for things we do, and that's going to be a major theme here. So just keep that in mind as we discuss how I am collecting modern Magic the Gathering still after, 2 decades in the game. And I think this is extremely valuable, and if you do as well, make sure you click that subscribe button because we're racing to 8,500 subs. But collecting Magic the Gathering is often kind of misconstrued with MTG finance, and I'm not going to pretend that there's not a financial element to collecting. I have said it before and I say it again, I do believe that people who collect items like to see the value of those collections go up as well as maintain those memories, but it's often overlooked that we do have a nostalgic or emotional pull to the things we collect, and this balance drives a lot of what I'm collecting. And I use a couple guidelines when buying new Magic the Gathering cards for any kind of collection because, well, let's face it, we're not getting stuff that isn't going to be reprinted by Wizards of the Coast, and if you want something that you guarantee is not going to be reprinted, we're not talking new Magic, we're talking reserved list. And it's this first idea, this idea of reprints versus not reprints and nostalgic pull to these things that drives my first pillar of collecting Magic the Gathering, and that is I like to find some kind of emotional tie and unique element to the thing that I'm collecting, and that's a super vague statement, so I want to give you some examples. Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering in modern new Magic the Gathering sets is often printing, unique things and trying things, whether it's the textured foils from Double Masters 2022, or it's the Surge foiling or Halo foiling from your March of the Machines. They're always trying something different. So every time a new treatment comes out, I try to evaluate, hey, how do I feel about this treatment? How involved am I with this set at the time of its release? And how much do I enjoy playing or using or looking at the cards in this treatment for a given release? And that's a lot to consider, especially when you think that Wizards of the Coast releases a new treatment. Heck, there's a Surge foil, there's a brand new foiling for MH3, which is about to release. Lord of the Rings had a couple different foilings, like things we had never seen before. So there's a lot to evaluate. But I do try to get as much of all of that in one as I can, as well as taking a look at things that I think I can get a good deal on. And the best example I have of that is at any position in the hometown TCG studio, aka my office, aka the basement to my home and the only messy room in the house. Anywhere within arm's reach, you can find a gilded foil charm from Streets of New Capenna. I have hundreds of these little bad boys, and each have probably cost me under 25 cents. And I'm building this massive collection of gilded foil charms. Why? Well, because the Streets of New Capenna pre-release was a ton of fun for me. I went up to min-max games, and I had an abnormal amount of fun for a pre-release. I don't know what it was, just about that environment, about that atmosphere, I fell in love. And then from a collector standpoint, I also took a look at the special treatment in that set, and it's got a bit of texture to it. It feels a bit different. The printing process looks wild, and with Streets of New Capenna, let's call it not being the most popular set, it has sparked this idea in my mind that Wizards of the Coast is not really incentivized to reprint this treatment. They're not going to revisit Streets of New Capenna anytime soon, in my opinion, and a lot of treatments have gone the opposite direction, where the whole card is textured, the whole card is raised. We have moved towards like this shining glass foil over all of our special treatments, and because of this, I saw a lot of opportunity to pick up some very unique elements in a set that I had an emotional tie to, on the cheap and versatile cards that I think could see a ton of play across a lot of strategies, especially Wizards of the Coast biggest format. So when taking all of this into consideration, I was able to pinpoint a collectible, something I would like to have in my possession just to look at and smile and hopefully, you know, retain some of that nostalgia and value over time. And I found that in the Gilded Foil Charms. Now, I don't think the Gilded Foil Charms is a one-off special situation. You can convince me that anime confetti foils from Wilds of Eldraine, while they are more expensive, are extremely cool cards to have in a collection. In fact, the copy of Hatching Plans from that set, a terrible card that released when I was playing Magic as a young lad, would be a lot of fun to collect a bunch of, or collect a playset of, and put them in my binder. And that second thing, that what I just said, that playsets also drives my collecting of a modern Magic the Gathering. I play at this point, you know, mostly on Arena, but sometimes in paper, a ton of Standard and Modern. I play a lot of one-on-one Magic, and while I respect Commander for its collectability and its drive to have people bling out decks and find things that they can fall in love with, I am a big supporter of one-on-one, you know, 60 card Magic. And because of that, I will often turn to things from my one-on-one 60 card Magic history or new one-on-one 60 card Magic and add them to various collections. I'll give you an example of both. And this is something you can apply to your Magic nostalgia or collecting and times in your life, etc. When I look at things like Birds of Paradise from I think it was Ravnica Remastered, that had the old art, it had those deep green tones, the old border Birds of Paradise in foil. Dominaria Remastered had the old art for Birds of Paradise. I find that you can get a lot of joy out of reminiscing about Magic's history, reminiscing about one of my favorite times in Magic the Gathering, playing those cards, you know, seeing them actually on tables in tournaments, and then just also having an iconic card that you will go down in the memory of Magic the Gathering. I don't know if Birds of Paradise is still the most super playable card. I'm sure it sees some Commander run. Hey, if you're running Birds of Paradise and something out there, make sure you let me know in the comments section below. But things like this offer a wonderful opportunity to pick up a play set, put a 4-stack in a binder, and show them off. And beyond that, I think that there is a wonderful opportunity to pick up play sets of cards from your history. For example, I played the OG Psychotog deck back when it was in Type 2, back when it was a cool card, and because of that, I will pick up play sets of cards that I used to play sets of player rewards promos from back in the day when I went to the game store, and things like this, I believe, are important. They tie your collection to times of playing Magic the Gathering, playing in the game, and this is important to remember. Magic is the world's most played TCG. It might be highly collectible, it might be highly investable or financial, and whatever that is, and I'm not opposed to any way you personally want to approach Magic the Gathering, but the playability of the game is what drives it. It is the magic, and it is what makes everything go. And so I love the idea of play sets of cards to kind of remember playing the game, be able to slide them in decks at any chance I get, and just have a binder at the game store where people can look through and be like, oh my god, why do you have a playset of this? And you can tell a story. Now again, if you are looking for financial value, if you are looking for, you know, things you want your collection to hold some kind of financial value with the Wizards of the Coast reprint machine, you do have to target specific versions of these cards. This is why I picked something like the player rewards promos, the old text list cards, the old different promos and promotional items from Wizards of the Coast and WPN events back when it was oh gosh, what was it? It wasn't WPN events, but anyway, you get the gist. That's why I targeted those cards, because hey, a regular Electrolyze will probably never hold any value, but this one will probably hold its value over time and will always remind me of my time in Magic the Gathering. And there is more that you can chew on for collecting new Magic the Gathering, but I do want to shout out the channel members who support this channel. It's $5 a month, and they support everything going on here, including cardboard finance and everything we are doing to collect all of the sales information as we collect every single sold listing of major TCG releases on TCG Player. We put them in the vault, and we watch a product's history, how it grows, how it changes, and that project is super valuable. So big shout out to all the channel members. If you want to become a channel member, make sure you click the link in the comment section below this video. Consider joining. You get access to early videos, discounts on box openings when I do them, and join the Discord to get more information about all that fun stuff. But the avenue of collecting that I haven't talked about is the one that's probably going to tick the most people off, and I was ready for this, but I truly do believe this. Most of this time when I'm rambling about collectability, you guys are like, yeah, that's fine, collect what you love, blah, blah, blah. But nothing in Magic is unique, everything is reprintable, and Wizards of the Coast destroys everything that we own. Well, they've kind of not been destroying one thing over time. And that's not to say that they won't destroy this thing. That's not to say that this model won't change, but well, here it goes. As of right now, a big complaint about Magic the Gathering cards, the reprint sets, looking no further than something like Commander Masters, is we're not getting any new, unique art on the regular cards. Yeah, our special foil Commander sideways profile treatments and confetti foils, surges, those all have new art. That's great. But on the regular card, we're not really getting anything. Well, we are in an era where Secret Lair cards so far do seem pretty safe from an art standpoint. And I know, you're either for Secret Lair or you're against it. You love it or you hate it, and I know it's a pivotal topic. But with the change in model to a, hey, we printed this many Secret Lairs and that's all there is, we're going to ship them to you as fast as possible, and couple that with the art direction, the uniqueness, the way these cards stand out from Secret Lairs, and the ability to kind of pick and choose your collectibles off the shelf, I think Secret Lair is a wildly positive way to collect new Magic the Gathering. You'll see on the shelf in the background all the time, I often have Secret Lair Commander decks, Secret Lair standing up there. I have a couple on the shelf down here, actually within arm's reach. I really do like the Secret Lair model when it comes to collecting new Magic the Gathering. Now, this is not an argument of, should they do Secret Lairs? Are they interacting directly with the secondary market? Blah, blah. I'm not arguing for or against that. I'm saying since Secret Lair does exist, and given its history, it's a pretty collectible product with some pretty unique stuff in there that people often enjoy slamming in decks, adding as one-ofs on their commander, or just showing off as bling in the binder. And you can couple any of these ideas. You see a Secret Lair that has a playset of something that ties you to this nostalgia and has a unique treatment that you like. Well, hey, grab that, pick that up, satisfy all of these collectible options, and slap it in a binder, a deck, whatever you see fit. Collecting Magic the Gathering is a wild experience. It's so much fun. It's diverse, it's deep. Heck, I just talked for 10-12 minutes about collecting Modern Magic, and I did a video the other day about an $8,000 vintage Magic purchase that I made, and that is the most nervous I have ever been buying Magic the Gathering cards. Please, just for my sake, hope that these dual lands do well long term, because I've bought them to keep and play with, but one day I will quit this game and I will let go of some of this stuff, and hopefully it's worth something when I do. And if not, hey, I had a lot of fun along the way, and I hope you had a lot of fun along the way. If you enjoyed what we did here today, make sure you hit that like button below. Share this video if you've never shared a Hometown TCG video before on any forum, channel, Discord server, whatever it might be, because not only does it help the channel grow, and yeah, I'm a YouTuber, that's my goal here, I want to grow, it also makes me smile when I scroll through some feed and I see one of my videos. I'm like, oh my goodness, hey, that's me. So thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. Good luck with all of your collections, and we will see you around.